It's a pleasure to be here. I'm appreciative of your time, humbled by your attendance. Thank you. My name is Dennis. I'm the CEO of Bitcoin.com. And if we could, there we go, bring up the title slide there. Many of you may be aware, Bitcoin.com is the premier online destination for millions of people around the world to buy, sell, spend, trade, track, stay informed about crypto. We've created over 35 million fully self-custody wallets to date for users around the world. Millions of people read Bitcoin.com news to stay informed about cryptocurrency and world economic news. And one by one, we are onboarding people into the world of crypto. As for me personally, I've been CEO for a couple of years at Bitcoin.com. I've been in this space for a while. I've seen some crazy things. I've seen some crazy things that are going on this week, perhaps in the past. Things that are happening right now as events unfold while we're sitting here in this session. It's pretty nuts. We'll touch on that a little bit as we get into talking about how we're going to solve the DeFi onboarding crisis that is affecting our community and future users of crypto today. So let's take a look first at a couple of numbers. If you look at this chart, this is the number of unique addresses that either bought or sold a decentralized finance asset anywhere in the world from the last few years. And immediately you can take away two things from looking at this chart. Number one is that there is a huge growth in DeFi users beginning in DeFi summer of 2022 or 2020. And the second thing you can take away from this chart is that user growth basically dropped off to nothing in April of this year. Now I know all of you probably count yourselves amongst the users represented in this chart. You're all very tech savvy, crypto native people who are already participating in DeFi. And you may be thinking to yourselves, well, what is the reason for this? I know, it's of course the bear market. People are just not interested in investing right now because of the bear market, and there may be some truth to that. But I'd like to posit that it's something more, that while we, as DeFi users today, are represented on this chart, we are only actually 1% to 2% of the addressable market, which is consisting of everybody else in the world. And we know the reason that they are not coming on board. It's because DeFi because I don't want high fees eroding my earnings. Well, first, in order to be able to do this, I'm going to need some Ethereum, a bridgeable asset, and then I'm going to need to bridge it to Avalanche. I'm going to take Ethereum and watch it become wrapped Ethereum on the Avalanche blockchain through some black box process. I'm going to need to swap it into the interest-bearing product that I want to deposit. Let's say it's a stable coin like USDC. I also need AVAX, and then I'm going to find a DEX to do that, and then finally I'm going to find a DeFi product to invest it in. And if I want to get my money out, I'm going to have to go through all of these complicated steps, more or less in reverse. And people like you or I are able to do this because we're crypto native. We've been there. We've been through the pain of figuring this all out for ourselves. We're aware of all these different technologies and different products and how to do it. But the rest of the world is not. The rest of the world is not even aware that DeFi exists. Everyone in this room, of course, is, but everyone, like the 90% of the rest of the world, is still asking the question, should I buy Bitcoin? Where should I buy Bitcoin? How should I buy Bitcoin? Is now the right time to buy Bitcoin? They're still thinking about crypto at the most fundamental level. And that's because Bitcoin, the original decentralized financial asset, is still the largest gateway to DeFi in the world today. 75% of the world has heard of Bitcoin at this point. That's 3 times more than the second most widely recognized cryptocurrency by brand recognition, Doge. And of all the tens of thousands of cryptocurrencies out there available to choose, 65% of all crypto users still hold Bitcoin in their portfolio. Why is that? Well, it's probably because of a couple of reasons. Maybe some are practical, maybe some are ideological, but I would suggest to you that the vast majority of people want to buy Bitcoin or hold Bitcoin in their portfolio because they're interested in their own personal financial prosperity. They want number to go up. And that's a good thing. That's a really good thing, because we're all here to create good for the world, to make everybody more financially prosperous. But maybe when they're thinking about, number go up or financial prosperity is their top priority, they're not thinking about what is actually going to happen to that crypto when they purchase it, who's going to hold that crypto. And they're all too willing to let centralized exchanges hold that Bitcoin or that crypto for them. And that's because the pull of centralization is strong. Even today, still, 3 times more people hold crypto in a centralized exchange than do in a self-custody wallet. It's very easy to do. Centralized exchanges have seized on this opportunity to offer interest-bearing products similar to DeFi that are not DeFi, but yet are very simple and easy to use. And this creates a sort of paradox where people are participating with crypto in a system that is completely centralized. They're having their decentralized assets managed by central exchanges. And these exchanges, in order to make these attractive APYs, are centrally managing those customer funds, sometimes like their own personal hedge fund. And we know what happens when centralized exchanges manage customer funds centrally. The outcome is never good. $4 billion lost or locked up when Celsius and Voyager went under earlier today. We're all sitting on the edge of our seats today wondering what's going to happen with FTX this week. It's never a good outcome when centralized exchanges are holding on to user funds and managing them in a way to create these attractive APYs. But they did get something right. They did get right the idea that you have to create a simple, easy to use interface for people to be able to participate, and that's what we need to do. We need to create apps that allow people to participate in DeFi and interest and APY earning products as easily as they would be able to do in these centralized platforms. That's not to say, though, that when they get to DeFi that there isn't risks. Of course there are. Anyone who participated or saw what was happening from the sidelines to UST and Luna earlier in the collapse of the Terra block system this year, or blockchain system this year, that was $45 billion wiped out overnight. Thousands more life savings lost. Why? Because of protocol risk. This category of risk associated with DeFi that affects any decentralized financial asset or even entire blockchain. Buggy code, poor design, malicious actors, bad management of choices, hacks. These are things that we need to build guardrails around to protect users from. We need to protect users from protocol risk, because once they get to the world of DeFi, we need to, when they get to the world of DeFi, we need to make it a safe and inviting place for them. Essentially, we need to make crypto as it was meant to be. We need to make it easy for users to get started with crypto in a safe way. We need to make it easy for them to back up their keys to the cloud, to trade socially, to participate fully in a decentralized self-custody manner. Because there are many steps along this journey from crypto to beginner to crypto native. And by instilling this ethos of self-custody from the outset of this journey, it makes every step along the way much easier, much safer, much more secure, and better for that user. And this journey is one journey of many steps. But the journey is the reward. I mean, even if you build great UI, even if you give your users great education, these are critical. How will you incentivize them to take the next step on their journey? Because incentives can play a powerful role in affecting user choice. What users decide to do next, how they choose to participate. At Bitcoin.com, we incentivize our users with our rewards and utility token Verse to provide monetary incentive for them to get started in crypto, to back up their keys to the cloud, to transact safely and securely, to participate fully. Verse is on sale now. and it'll be going live on the Ethereum blockchain later this year in early December. But how will you incentivize your users to take the next step on their journey in your product from crypto beginner to crypto native in a way that is self-custodial, safe, and secure? Users expect guardrails. In the traditional financial system, there are guardrails. If you make a mistake, your transaction can be reversed. The bank can credit your account. The bank can protect you through a variety of different ways. There are no guardrails in DeFi. If you make one mistake in DeFi, you drive right off the cliff. So what we need to be thinking of is, how do we create guardrails for users to give them the experience that they are familiar with and that makes them feel secure in using a DeFi product just the same way that they would use a traditional financial product. There will always be room in DeFi for the adventurous early adopter to take the risky steps, to invest in risky projects and hopefully get high returns. But everybody else needs an experience with guardrails. Imagine what that experience might look like in your product. Imagine, if you will, a fully self-custody app where you're able to tap the Earn Interest button. Simply browse through a list of protocols until you find the one that matches your specific goals and needs. You select the protocol, you select the crypto you want to invest, you confirm it, and you start earning it. That can be and will be the future. That's the future that we're building at Bitcoin.com. It's going to be powered again by our rewards and utility token Verse, which is on sale now at getverse.com. And we invite you to join us on this journey as you build your products and make the DeFi safe, easy, and accessible, for everybody around the world. Thank you.